Hopefully everyone has enjoyed your meal. We're going to go ahead and kick off the toast at this time, and we are going to start with John Linder, who is the best man, longtime friend of Joshua, and friend of Sarah as well.
Alright, hello, my name is John Linder, and I've known Josh for close to 25 years now, almost 26. You'll have to pardon me because I made a few notes, so if I check them out, I apologize. But after seeing Josh's itinerary for the weekend's events, I felt like I had to compete with that, at least be a little bit organized. So first off, I wanted to just comment on the fact that so many people have traveled so far to get here, and I think that says a lot about Josh and a lot about Sarah and the kind of friends that they have. And so I just want to thank everybody that took the time and the money to travel and come to this event. And it's just been very nice for them to see everybody. So as everybody knows, Josh is a talented artist. It's a skill that took years of discipline and study to develop, but the seed came from a simple desire to illustrate life around him. Lauren Donaldson, Josh, and myself became some of his first subjects. I can remember Josh spending hours of free time, both in class and out of class, during, as Josh used to call it. And I happen to have with me 3 vintage Josh Durings from 1992. The first one, as you can see, is of Lauren Donaldson. And Josh has Lauren at a willowy 22 feet tall and 22 pounds. And growing up, we were all worried about Lauren's health, but the good news is that he has filled out. I think that he's up to 25 pounds now, so he's safe. I'm going to move on to the second drawing, which is of Josh himself. And you can see that he's wearing a hat mounted with a remote TV sensor. In today's age, I think it would have been an iPod or something like that, but back then it was just to sense whether there was a TV close by. Josh lists himself as his height and weight are so small to be immeasurable. And ironically, as time changes and Josh has lifted weights, recently one of his students at Solon asked Josh to be the wrestling coach because Josh is so pumped, as he put it. So, this leads us to our third picture, which is of me. You can see Josh shows me as a 10.5-foot muscle-bound giant with the hobbies of hunting, war, and beating up Josh. And I would like people here to know that I have diversified my interests since then. I do also like to fish. So those are Josh's drawings from when he grew up. And I spent a lot of time in the Koza household. And I have to say is that I had a bit of a reputation for being clumsy and breaking things. And my attorney, who is also my wife in this present tonight, advised me to neither confirm nor to deny these allegations. However, the following may have happened. There was one day that Josh and I were hanging out in his bedroom, and I was lounging on the bed, and Josh was during. And after hanging out, we got up and left, and I accidentally left the desk lamp on over the bed with a throw pillow directly underneath it. And after hours of being away, we came back and there was smoke drifting through the upstairs of his house. And panic set in, and we tried our best to clean it up, opened up windows, got rid of evidence, but there was nothing doing. It just was not going to be covered up. Josh, fearing my destructive reputation in his house, he was afraid that his parents were going to ban me from visiting for fear of setting their house on fire. And Josh went ahead and he took the blame. He stood in front of his parents and he said, I left the light on.
But we knew it was you.
They knew, okay. Well, anyways, I have to thank John and Trish for being patient with me growing up. And also I have to thank Josh for being a great friend. I think it takes a lot of character to stand up and take the blame for something like that. And that has always been Josh. He's very loyal. He's got a lot of courage, and he's always willing to help a friend in need. So that's always been very helpful. And so I thank you, Josh, for that. So, also, my wife and I have been having dinner with Josh and Sarah probably every Monday night for at least the past 2 years, maybe a little bit more. And it's been a real treat to get to know Sarah that way on a regular basis as she's become more important in Josh's life. And, you know, it's been more important too to see that, to get to know the person that Josh has talked a lot about ever since their first date. And I've had a chance to know Josh since he moved back to town and as they started dating and see that relationship develop, and that's been a very special thing. And to tell you a little bit about Sarah's character, I have to give her kudos because not even her first encounter with Josh's obsession with comic books scared her off. That shortly after Josh and Sarah first said, "I love you," Josh reached into his closet and pulled out an enormous stack of comic books. Hefting them in the air, he said, "I really like comics. And remember, you said you love me, no take-backs." And so I have to give Sarah credit. She didn't blink at all. She affirmed her love for Josh. And, you know, my feeling is that after that, you know, it was kind of a path set in stone that they were going to get married and things were going to work out. And so it's been very special to get to know Sarah and to see that relationship develop between the two of them. So after, I have been married for 2 years now, and I am not one to give out advice where I don't think that I quite have it all figured out yet. But I do have a toast, and I do have a wish to share for Josh and Sarah. It comes from Galatians 5:22 and 23. And it is, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control. Against these things there is no law." So Josh and Sarah, may your marriage be filled with a spirit of self-control that communicates through issues instead of reacting with anger or spite. Faithfulness that stands steadfast, supporting each other through life's good and difficult times. Goodness and kindness towards each other, nurturing and growing you as individuals and as a couple. Patience that endures and runs deep when needed. Peace that fills your home, making it a refuge from the outside world. An abundant joy that fills your soul and lives with laughter. And above all, a love that is fierce and dynamic, growing as you grow and binding the two of you together. So, to Josh and Sarah, cheers.